1940, Universal Studios. A director watched Marlene Dietrich spot John Wayne across a crowded commissary. What she said next made the director's jaw drop, and what happened between them over the next 3 years destroyed a marriage, created an FBI file, and became Hollywood's worst-kept secret. But here's what nobody knew until decades later. Wayne never stood a chance. From the moment Dietrich decided she wanted him, his fate was sealed. This is the story of when Hollywood's most irresistible man met the one woman who refused to be resisted. Spring 1940, Universal Studios commissary, lunchtime. Director Tay Garnett sat at a corner table. He was prepping a new film, 7 Sinners. Big production, exotic locations, adventure, romance. He needed chemistry, real chemistry, not the fake Hollywood kind. Across the room he saw John Wayne, 32 years old, 6'4", shoulders that filled doorways. Fresh off Stagecoach, his breakthrough role. The cowboy who'd finally made it. Wayne sat alone, eating, minding his business. Garnett had an idea. He was having drinks later with Marlene Dietrich, 38 years old, German-born, Hollywood royalty, the most dangerous woman in cinema. She'd starred opposite Gary Cooper, destroyed hearts across 2 continents. Maybe Wayne and Dietrich for 7 Sinners? That evening, Garnett met Dietrich at the commissary. He casually mentioned Wayne. "I'm thinking of this cowboy for the lead, big guy, strong, silent type." Dietrich raised an eyebrow. "Show me." They walked back to the commissary. Wayne was still there, late dinner, still alone. Dietrich stopped, 30 feet away, just stared. Garnett watched her eyes travel, up, down, slowly, like she was examining a prize stallion. Then she turned to Garnett, smiled. That famous smile that had launched 1,000 magazine covers. "Daddy," she said, voice low, "buy me that." Garnett blinked. "What?" "That." She nodded toward Wayne. "I want that." Before we continue, quick question. Where are you watching from? Drop your state or country below. Let's see where the Duke fans are around the world. Garnett introduced them, professional, polite. "Marlene, this is John Wayne. Duke, meet Marlene Dietrich." Wayne stood, towered over her, extended his hand. Dietrich took it, held it longer than necessary, looked straight up into his eyes. "Pleased to meet you, Mr. Wayne." Her accent, that voice, it did something to men. Wayne felt it. "Call me Duke, ma'am." She smiled again. "Duke, I like that." They talked. 5 minutes, 10. Garnett watched. The chemistry was instant, dangerous, electric. Wayne was married, 4 children, wife Josephine back home, faithful husband, good Catholic boy. Dietrich was married too, to Rudolf Sieber, but that marriage was complicated, open, European, different rules. And Marlene Dietrich didn't follow rules anyway. 7 Sinners started filming 2 weeks later, day 1. Wayne arrived early, always did. First guy on set. He was in costume, sailor uniform, looking over his script. The set door opened. Marlene Dietrich walked in, saw Wayne. Her face lit up. She ran, actually ran. Wayne looked up, confused. Dietrich jumped, literally jumped into his arms, wrapped her legs around his waist. Right there, in front of 50 crew members. Wayne caught her, instinct, 6'4" of muscle, didn't even stumble. She laughed, pressed against him. "Good morning, darling." The crew froze, staring. Wayne tried to set her down. She clung tighter. "Not yet." 5 seconds, 10. Finally, she unwrapped her legs, slid down, stood in front of him, straightened his collar, patted his chest. "Now we can work." Wayne stood there, speechless. Garnett yelled, "Action!" like nothing happened. But something had happened. Everyone knew it. You could feel it in the air. That afternoon, Dietrich ordered champagne. For the entire crew, 50 people. "To celebrate my new co-star," she announced. She handed Wayne a glass, clinked it. "To us, darling." Wayne drank, didn't know what else to do. What happened next, what Dietrich did that would seal Wayne's fate, occurred later that day. End of shooting, 6 p.m. Cast and crew heading home. Dietrich approached Wayne. "Come to my dressing room. I want to show you something." Wayne hesitated. "I should head home. Wife's expecting." "5 minutes," she smiled. "I promise." Wayne followed, told himself it was professional. Co-stars getting to know each other. Nothing wrong with that. Dietrich's dressing room was legendary, bigger than most apartments. Couch, bar, wardrobe that could stock a department store. She closed the door, locked it. Wayne's pulse quickened. Dietrich walked to her vanity, sat, started removing her stockings, slowly. Wayne stood by the door. "Marlene, I don't think—" "Relax, darling. I just want to show you something." She lifted her skirt, not all the way, just enough. Revealed a garter belt, black lace, and attached to it, a small watch. Wayne stared. Dietrich smiled, tapped the watch. "See the time?" "Yeah. It's very early, darling." She stood, walked toward him. "We have plenty of time." Wayne should have left, should have opened that door, should have walked out, but he didn't. Marlene Dietrich had decided she wanted John Wayne, and when Marlene Dietrich wanted something, she got it. What happened in that dressing room stayed between them, but when Wayne finally left, 2 hours later, everything had changed. The affair had begun. For 3 years it continued. Wayne was 32, married, 4 children waiting at home. Dietrich was 38, married, but her husband lived in Europe, different world, different rules. They made no effort to hide it, on set, at parties, at restaurants. Wayne and Dietrich. Everyone knew. Hollywood knew. The studios knew. The gossip columnists knew but couldn't print it. Not then. Not that openly. But someone else was watching. Someone with more power than any studio. The FBI. 1941. J. Edgar Hoover's office, Washington, D.C. The FBI was investigating Marlene Dietrich, suspected Nazi sympathizer. She was German, had connections in Berlin, sent money to family members there. Was she a spy? A threat? Agents followed her, tapped her phones, watched her house, and discovered something else. An affair with John Wayne, America's new cowboy hero. FBI reports documented it. Dates, times, locations, hotels, restaurants. One report noted, subject Dietrich and actor Marion Morrison, known professionally as John Wayne, were observed entering the Roosevelt Hotel together at 11:47 p.m. They did not exit until 7:15 a.m. Another. Dietrich purchased champagne at the Brown Derby. Morrison was present. They were observed in intimate conversation. Physical contact was noted. The FBI didn't care about the affair itself, but it complicated things. If Dietrich was a spy, Wayne could be compromised. National security risk. They kept watching. But Dietrich wasn't a spy, just a woman in love with a cowboy. And a cowboy who couldn't resist her. The real casualty wasn't national security, it was Wayne's marriage. 1943, Wayne's home, Los Angeles. Josephine Wayne sat at the kitchen table, 4 children upstairs, asleep, innocent. She'd known about Marlene for 2 years, heard the rumors, seen the looks, the whispers at church, but she'd stayed quiet. Good Catholic wife. You don't talk about these things. You pray. You hope it passes. It didn't pass. That night, Josephine made a decision. She called their priest, Father O'Malley, asked him to come talk to Wayne. Wayne came home late, saw the priest sitting in his living room. What's this about? Josephine stood. We need to talk. About Marlene. Wayne's jaw tightened. There's nothing to talk about. Father O'Malley spoke gently. Son, your marriage is suffering. Your children need their father. This affair... I said there's nothing to talk about. Josephine started crying. Duke, please, I'm begging you, end it. Come back to us, to your children, to God. Wayne looked at her, at the priest, at his whole life waiting for him to make the right choice. Then he said something that changed everything. If you stop mentioning her name, I'll end it. Josephine wiped her tears. What? Marlene, stop saying her name, stop bringing it up, then I'll end it. Silence. Long silence. Josephine tried. She really tried. But she couldn't. The name was burned into her brain, into her marriage, into everything. Over the next weeks, it slipped out. Marlene in arguments, her in accusations. The name that wouldn't die. Wayne used it as an excuse. You can't stop, he told Josephine one night. You promised you'd stop saying her name. You broke the promise. Josephine stared at him. That's not fair. You know that's not. It's over, Josephine. The marriage. I'm done. Years later, Wayne told a friend the truth. That's when I knew the marriage was finished, when she couldn't stop saying Marlene's name. Because neither could I. Because I couldn't stop thinking about her. The divorce came in 1945. Josephine got the house, the kids, custody. Wayne got his freedom. And Marlene Dietrich, for a while longer. But affairs built on fire don't last forever. By 1943, the heat had cooled. Dietrich moved on. Other men, other conquests. Jean Gabin, Eric Maria Remarque. She collected them. Wayne had been one of many. For Wayne, it was different. She'd been the one who destroyed everything. His marriage, his family, his clean Catholic conscience. Years later, decades later, Wayne admitted something to a close friend. They were in Rome, 1962, filming, drinking late at night. The friend asked about Dietrich. Was it worth it? Losing Josephine and the kids? Wayne stared into his glass. Long silence. Then, Rome. Excelsior Hotel. One night with Marlene there. Best sexual experience of my life. So yeah, it was worth it. And no, it cost me everything. The contradiction summed up the entire affair. Worth it, and devastating, irresistible, and destructive. The price of beauty, the cost of desire, the consequence of being John Wayne, irresistible to women, but not immune to them. Dietrich lived until 1992, 90 years old, outlived Wayne by 13 years. She never expressed regret about the affair. Why would she? She'd wanted him. She'd gotten him. That's how Marlene Dietrich operated. In her autobiography, she wrote about Wayne with affection. He was magnificent, all man, exactly what he appeared to be on screen. No pretense, no games, just Duke. She didn't mention destroying his marriage. Didn't need to. That wasn't her responsibility. Wayne was an adult. He made his choice. And he had. The FBI files were declassified in 1982, 3 years after Wayne died. The documents detailed everything. The affair, the surveillance, the hotels, the restaurants. Historians studied them. Biographers analyzed them. The affair that everyone in Hollywood knew about finally became public record. Wayne's children learned details they'd never known. Their father's other life. The woman who'd changed everything. Patrick Wayne, Duke's son, said it best in a 1990 interview. My father was human. He made mistakes. Marlene Dietrich was one of them. But she wasn't really a mistake. She was inevitable. When two forces like that collide, Dad's presence and Marlene's power, something has to break. Our family broke. But Dad became who he became partly because of that pain. The lesson wasn't about morality. It was about power. John Wayne had power, presence, that 6'4" frame, that voice, that walk. Women wanted him, all of them. But Marlene Dietrich had different power. She didn't wait to be wanted. She did the wanting. And when she wanted something, she took it. Daddy, buy me that. 5 words, 1 request. And John Wayne's first marriage was over before it even started. Not because Wayne was weak, but because Dietrich was stronger. She saw what she wanted. She asked for it. She got it. That's power. Wayne never stood a chance. And maybe, just maybe, he didn't want to. So here's my question. When 2 unstoppable forces collide, who really wins? Drop your thoughts below. And by the way, most of you watch the videos but forget to subscribe. With your likes and shares, the videos reaches more people. Thank you. If you want to hear more stories from the American legend, don't forget to subscribe, so we can continue to grow our real American legacy together. As you know, unfortunately, they don't make men like John Wayne anymore.